Last month, the city of Omaha announced a streetcar is coming to Omaha, and it would be funded by tax increment financing using the increased value of property next to the streetcar to pay for the project over 20 years. But as 3 News Now reporter John Kipper tells us, State Senator Justin Wayne is trying to push a state law to force Omaha to rethink the way they fund it.
Omaha has announced ambitious plans for a streetcar down Farnham Street, funding it through tax increment financing, specifically a new law passed by the legislature and voters, allowing for property owners around the project to hold off on paying increased property taxes for 20 years if the area is extremely blighted.
I'm all in favor for the streetcar, but that wasn't the intent.
Senator Justin Wayne introduced an amendment Tuesday that would require cities to make a plan on what specifically 20-year TIF can be used for. Wayne's examples include affordable housing and flood mitigation. His ultimate goal is for developers to go to North and South Omaha and not focus in parts of the city that are doing well.
If the tools are the same, then why wouldn't somebody go to 108th and Dodge and develop there versus North and South Omaha?
Jennifer Taylor, assistant city attorney for the city of Omaha, told the legislature that the city already has informal requirements for 20-year TIF. Those include upgrades to public infrastructure and public transportation. Taylor said the project would not happen but for a streetcar.
But this is a 100% public infrastructure project that would be funded entirely with tax increment financing, excess tax revenues that were generated by that project itself.
Wayne says again, that's not what the law's for.
But for public transit, this project won't go forward. That was never the intent of the original TIF nor the extremely blighted TIF.
It's unclear what the Urban Affairs Committee will do. Wayne, who chairs the committee, says he does not want to leave Omaha without a streetcar and will look at different funding mechanisms, such as the new Regional Transit Authority, to pay for it.
What I'm trying to do now is come up with some creative ways to make sure that Omaha project continues to move, but we put some constraints on TIF to make sure it's used appropriately.
Now, Wayne also says that the Urban Affairs Committee is looking at a variety of polarizing bills on tax increment financing and says he's taking time to let people in the committee calm down before pushing a package of bills to the full legislature. In the newsroom, John Kipper, 3 News Now.